Channel. So today I wanted to do a quick reader mail. I haven't done these in so long, but I got a message from one of my subscribers. At least I think you're a subscriber if you're sending it to me. And basically what they're saying is, hey, they want to get started, but their significant other is not really in support of it and things like that. So I just wanted to say, come in, answer this question, share my experience and things like that. So just want to add that a lot of times when you have a goal, or I have a goal, just anyone, a lot of times other people may not see it. That's why it's your goal. It's like a vision, or maybe something that you have, that you see, that you feel, or something. And I would say, don't really get upset sometimes when people don't see it, because it's not actually their goal. It's your goal. It's something that you want to do. So a lot of times we may struggle with trying to explain what we want to do and things like that, especially like for me, like coming on YouTube or something like that, where you're sharing yourself, you may share your life, and maybe your significant other is not okay with that. And I could completely, you know, understand that. But however, what I would tell you a lot of times is, unless it's something where the person comes and says, look, if you do this, I'm leaving, then that's a whole nother thing, because like you don't really want to be in a relationship where someone would, you know, give you any type of ultimatum for like goals you have for your future and things like that. But unless it's something like extreme like that, and I can't tell you what to do in your relationship, I would say, hey, get started. Because a lot of times when you get started, when people see that you're serious about it, that they see that you start to have success with something, that's when everybody jumps on the bandwagon. And so don't always look for support in the very beginning, because believe you me, once you start being successful at it, you know, just like in if you want to start a YouTube channel, you want to start in real estate, you know, once you get a deal, once you have a check in hand and you're like, oh, I have to go to the bank and deposit this check, that's when people will look and say, oh, you're not really wasting your time and things like that. Like for instance, when I started YouTube, it was just, you know, hey, I'm gonna get on YouTube, I'm gonna answer questions that people email me. It wasn't, I didn't have a strategy of, oh, it's gonna help my business. But from coming on YouTube now over the years, I get students that find me on YouTube, and I get clients that when I send out mailings and things like that, I find a lot of times that people Google me when they receive my mailings, and they find me online, and then from watching my videos and things like that, people feel that they know me, so it helps me to convert clients and things easier. So that's why I would say, don't always think like, oh my God, my boyfriend, my husband, or whatever is not supporting me right now, and make it into this huge thing of you're gonna like break up with them or something like that, or you feel devastated or depressed because this person is not in support. Because as I say, a lot of times people just don't see it. It's your goal, it's that person's goal, and that's why they see it. So any goal that you have, always remember that your goal, you know, you were born with a goal. It's like a seed, like a fruit. The seed is already in the fruit. Fruits do not go out looking, oh, what am I going to be? What am I going to be? Because the seed is inside. And it's the same thing with us as humans. Our goals are inside of us, like a seed. And so don't always think like, you know, an apple isn't going out trying to convince the orange, you know, what to do, because they're both like, look, this seed is inside of me. It's going to blossom into this. And as you go on in your life, then when people see the fruit of your labor, they're like, ah, great, you know. So a lot of times, I'm sure there are people now that support me, or maybe when I started thought, what the heck is she doing, and things like that. I'm sure I got it. Some people told me to my face. Some people, I'm sure they thought it, but they didn't say it to my face. But for me, gladly, I have, my husband has always been in support of me. So if you can convert your significant other over to support you, it definitely makes a huge difference, because I can definitely say having him supporting me, he'll go out with me to properties or just talk to me about what I'm thinking about and things like that. It definitely helps, because I love to bounce things off of him. I think he's a really smart person, so any like feedback and things that he provide, I value getting. And so I'm just looking at it, I'm talking about him, because on my desk actually he's given me this it's like, I don't know where he got this, but some type of one of his trips or something, he came back and he had this, and when you open it, it has a heart inside. And I just thought, so that's what I'm saying. I have it on my desk. So definitely, I just wanted to say, I'm looking at it, as I said, talking about it, is that having that support, that somebody is saying, hey, you know, you can do this, I love you. Yeah, and then just for them to be there no matter what, whether you do well or not. But that's what I would say is, initially when you first have a goal or you just start thinking of something, don't get really down when other people don't see it, because a lot of times you're not supposed to see it because it's your goal, it's your vision. So go ahead and do your thing, and like I said, people will join the bandwagon eventually, right? So I'll see you next video. Bye bye.